Hi and Assalamualaikum, especially to our lecturer Dr. Rafidah. My name is KHAIRUN MAKMUR bin AZHARI from class AS116 4A1. Today, me and my friend will present about how halal can involve in ministry department. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad IZZUDDIN from Group AS116 4A1. In this video, I will talk about the function of the Ministry of International Trade and Industry. MITI is a ministry of the government of Malaysia that is responsible for international trade, industry, investment, productivity, small and medium enterprise, developing institution, halal industry as well as automotive. There are a few functions of MITI in halal industry such as first, check and monitor the retailing stages. Second, promoting the halal industry includes the halal training and promoting halal agenda to the whole country. Meanwhile, the promotion for international level is led by MATRADE, which is we can call as Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation. MATRADE is a Malaysia National Trade Promotion Agency under the MITI, established in the March 1993. MATRADE primary role is to assist Malaysia exporter to develop and expand their export market. For information, the Malaysia International Halal Showcase, we can call MIHAS, is one of an annual trade fair that organized by MATRADE. Okay, next we go to the HDC. What is HDC? HDC is the Halal Industry Development Corporation. That is one of the government-linked company, GRC, which established in 2006. HDC also is an agency that put under MITI. The establishment of HDC is aimed to developing the halal industry in Malaysia as a whole. Among the functions of HDC are to take a measure that influence the development halal industry to enable a company that market halal product to join the global market. Second, develop and promote the Malaysia halal brand. Thirdly, promote the concept and service of halal product throughout Malaysia. And most recently, HDC introduced Halal Integrated Platform (HIP) in an effort to expand the halal industry throughout Malaysia. HIP is a single visual platform that integrates all the major components in the halal ecosystem in Malaysia. In other words, HIP will be the largest online commerce hub that will bring together all the 200,000 local SME involved in the production of halal product and services.
Next, we will look at another ministry, which is Ministry of Transportation (MOT). First, let me brief some function of this ministry generally. MOT responsible in develop and organize the policy for all types of transportation that exist in Malaysia, such as land transport, logistics, maritime, and aviation. Besides that, MOT also will impose law that related. And lastly, they also can help to facilitate businesses that also related to all types of transportation industry, like e-hailing service such as Grab, MyCar, and EasyCab. In other words, I can conclude that MOT is like an organization that managing the security and safety for all the things that related to transportation. So, how it can relate with JAKIM and halal management? It is because JAKIM has given the responsibility to MOT for logistic and safety requirement. The logistic must need to pass the halal requirement before the product goes to another stage. As for example, during the logistic transfer, they must separate it between halal and non-halal product, especially for food product. This is because we don't want any contamination between those two. Done with MOT, now we will move on to Ministry of Domestic Trade, Cooperative and Consumerism (MDTCC), or can be known as KPDN-HCP in Malay. Due to its name, this ministry has two different functions, which are in domestic trade and consumerism. For domestic trade, it is responsible in control and monitors the sale of essential goods, petroleum and petrochemical products, and lastly, direct selling trade. As for other function, consumerism, this department will carry out customer education, and enhance programmers on consumer awareness and consumer protection. So, we have known their function. Now, why it is related with JAKIM and halal management? It is because MDTCC need to make sure that the product are safe to consume before they start introducing it to the public. MDTCC will supervise and monitor the product at the final stage of the production. On the other hand, MDTCC also have power in assign the JAKIM officer and state Islamic officer as the enforcement officer, which also known as Assistant Trade Description Controller under the Trade Description Act 2011, which this act actually has been made by MDTCC itself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad FAHMI bin Abdul Rahim, and I want to talk about Ministry of Health in Halal Industry. So we go to the role of the Ministry of Health in Halal Industry is being played by three agencies, which is the Department of Chemistry, then the Food Safety and Quality Division, that called FOSIM, and the third one is the National Pharmaceutical Control Bureau. So I will go to the Department of Chemistry is the leader in halal product analysis and traceability. They specialize in meat specification, DNA or DNA function, as well as research and product quality assurance. So next is the Food Safety and Quality Division, or FOSIM, is responsible to ensure and uphold the nation integrity in food safety and quality by virtue of the powers vested upon them by the Food Act 1983 and Food Regulation 1985. Through FOSIM, importers can manage food importation activities using ICT effectively. FOSIM actually operates as intelligent web-based information system enhancing management of food safety. So the last point is the National Pharmaceutical Control Bureau, or NPCB, was set up to implement quality control on pharmaceutical products, including halal pharmaceutical products. The Bureau has the responsibility to ensure the quality, efficiency and safety. And last but not least, Ministry of Health is also involved in the halal value chain process and category for animal in beef and poultry. So the second stage involved in the slaughtering, whereby JAKIM and Ministry of Health will be responsible in monitoring and checking process. Slaughtering should be conducted as guide and fulfill standards set by the Sharia and approved by JAKIM. Before the slaughtering, Ministry of Health will check the condition of the animal and provide confirmation that the animal is free from disease or virus that will affect the consumer. After the two stages are passed, the next is relating to storage or warehouse.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad AQLIL, RUKNUDDIN, RUSLI. Today I am going to talk about halal involvement in ministry. Okay, the ministry that I am going to choose is the Ministry of Agriculture. Okay, what is the function of Ministry of Agriculture? The function is to guide the procedure and requirement for the animal condition and health. Examples of livestock they uses, which are goats, ducks, cows, and also chicken. Okay. They don't use any pig livestock because, as we all know, as a Muslim, it's haram to eat any pork. So they don't use a pork. The livestock is taken care from young until they mature. Okay, when they mature, they are sent to the slaughtering house. During the time when they are growing, they are given medical care, enough medical care and enough food for them to grow and grow into a healthy lifestyle. The food that the livestock receive doesn't have any harmful substance or haram substance. For example, wine. Yes, some foreign country uses wine for feeding, but as a Muslim, we don't use it. Alright, if the animal has some kind of health issue, they are sent to the Department of Veterinary Service, which is also called DVS for short. DVS is also under the MOA agency. The function of this is to prevent and control livestock from any kind of disease. This ensure the origin of the livestock doesn't come into contact to the consumer. The disease from what I mean. Okay, if the animal have some example of detrimental to the livestock, one particular disease that we all know that can be identified is in the bird family, which is called the avian influenza. As we all know how that went, that's not good. You can see the facts up here. Alright, after everything have been checked, approved, and by Jakim, because the process of rearing the animals in terms of feeding the animals itself are following the Sharia compliance law, and then they can be sent to the slaughterhouse and become a product. Okay, thank you.
I guess that's all from us. Thank you for listening to us and I hope you enjoyed our video. Thank you.